There's almost nothing more taboo than going no contact with your parents. Society tells us family is everything, but what happens when the people who raised you are also the ones who consistently hurt you? More and more adults are choosing distance, not out of hate, but out of necessity. And today, we're talking about why that's happening, how to know if it's the right choice for you, and what healing can look like on both sides. Hey, I'm Cole, therapist and school counselor, and on this channel, we make sense of the thoughts and habits that keep you stuck so you can heal and actually like yourself again. Let's jump right in. We're living in a generation that's more emotionally aware than ever before. We're learning about trauma, boundaries, and emotional regulation, things that many of our parents' generation were never taught. So when adult children began recognizing patterns of emotional manipulation, gaslighting, or constant criticism, it's no longer being brushed off as that's just how we are. Instead, people are saying, I love you, but I can't keep losing myself to stay connected to you. And that shift, that realization is what's fueling this growing trend of adults going no contact with their parents. For many, this decision doesn't come out of nowhere. It often stems from years, sometimes decades of feeling unseen, invalidated, or emotionally unsafe. If you grew up with a parent who couldn't handle your emotions, who shamed you for setting boundaries, or who turned everything into a guilt trip, then your nervous system learned that love equals fear or obligation. Going no contact isn't about punishing a parent. It's about protecting the parts of yourself that never got protected as a child. This topic hits deep because it challenges one of our society's biggest beliefs, that family ties are sacred no matter what. But that mindset often traps people in cycles of guilt and self-betrayal. The truth is, honoring your parents doesn't mean tolerating mistreatment. And cutting off contact doesn't mean you stop loving them. It often means you've loved them enough to realize you can't heal in the same environment that hurt you. Not every boundary means no contact. Sometimes it's limiting phone calls, avoiding certain topics, or seeing your parent in group settings only. But for others, especially those who with repeated emotional abuse or denial, full distance becomes the only healthy option. The guilt is real, the grief is heavy, but remember, boundaries are an act of love with clarity. They say, I can love you, but not at the expense of my own peace. Over time, healing might open space for conversation or it might not. Forgiveness doesn't always mean reconnection. Sometimes it's acceptance that the relationship may never look the way you hoped it would. And if you're a parent watching this, maybe your adult child pulled away. Try to approach that pain with curiosity and not defensiveness. That's so important. Ask, what pain were they carrying that I didn't see? That question alone can start a healing process on both sides. If this video resonated with you, please consider subscribing and liking to help us grow. Going no contact doesn't make you heartless. It means you've reached a point where peace has to come before pressure. Healing isn't about cutting people off recklessly. It's about recognizing when connection is costing you too much. So whether you're the adult child or the parent, remember, accountability and compassion can coexist. And every boundary you set is a step closer to breaking a generational cycle. And as always, keep showing up for yourself. That's how real change happens. Peace.